Okay, I think this angle will work. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Vinny, and I wanted to make a really quick video on what you can do to start improving your ability to squat at depth, like I'm showing right now, and also, more importantly, for it to feel comfortable and restful, rejuvenating, not incredibly challenging and hard, right? But if you're anything like me years ago, not only was squatting at depth, it felt literally physically impossible. It just didn't feel like my joints could actually move or bend in that way. Even attempting a squat, it was so physically demanding that it was maybe 20, 30 or seconds before I had to hit the eject button and bail out of the position because I wasn't strong enough or stable enough to maintain what I'm trying to show here. So before we get into what you can start doing to improve the way that you're squatting, barring any extreme trauma or damage or injury to the foot, ankle, knee, or the hip, the vast majority of us should be quite capable at getting into a squat at depth comfortably. But the vast majority of us have given up the ability, like I had given it up years ago, for one real simple reason. Our body, the way that you move, meets the needs of your environment 100%. So said differently, if your environment, if your day-to-day, if your lifestyle, if your habits and routines don't really require you to take your joints through their full proper range of motion, then why would you be able to hold on to that ability? Our body is always adapting. We are adaptation machines, and we adapt to a lack of motion just as much as we adapt to learning and restoring motion. So if your environment does not call upon you to move on a daily basis, then your body will adapt to that lack of motion on a daily basis. And it might not seem significant over days, but we're talking days, weeks, months, years, if not decades, that our body slowly conforms and adapts to limited motion and function. And then we try to get into a deep squat and we're met with a ton of severity and discomfort because, again, we never touch these ranges or spend time here on a daily basis. So here's my advice. If you actually do have decent squat depth and range of motion, like I'm showing here, spend at least 5 minutes a day. I don't care if it's Netflix, reading a book, audiobooks, whatever you're doing, catching up on emails or texts, spend at least 5 minutes a day or more in a deep squat position. The goal is to be able to do 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and this eventually feel quite effortless. But for many of you out there who a deep squat is just not feasibly possible or feels impossible right now, then we can modify this a couple ways. One of the easiest ways is to take a yoga block, definitely something firm. You don't want to do it on a soft surface, so definitely don't want to do it on a pillow. Grab a hard object and put it on its highest setting. Stand it up tall as much as you can. And this is what you're gonna do. So instead of plopping down on a couch and again, not working on or having your environment improve the way that you're moving or feeling, start to actually find ways to change your environment. So if you're gonna do emails, like I said, watch Netflix, binge do anything, maybe try to put your body in different positions, which changes your environment, which then forces adaptation to start occurring so you can start moving and feeling better. Sitting on a yoga block like this, with your feet as far back as they'll go before the heels lift up, right? I don't want us to sit like this. I want the foot flat, put your heels close to this yoga block as possible, have your arms rest on your knees, and we're not kind of caveman slouched over here. I want you to kind of use those back and hip muscles to sit tall. Again, it's not gonna take much, but 2, 3, 5 minutes, whatever the time frame is, you're gonna start to feel maybe muscles work that haven't had to work in a while because your environment has not asked you to go into these positions. And over time, when this starts to feel more and more comfortable, like less work, then you drop down and sit a little lower. And then as time goes on, we sit a little lower. And all of a sudden, we're spending some time with our nervous system communicating to our muscular system to start to become more comfortable at depth. We start taking our ankles, knees, hips, and pelvis and spine through more full, complete ranges of motion on a day-to-day basis. Again, still doing the same tasks. I'm not asking you to change your lifestyle. I'm asking you to change the positions in which you do your lifestyle. These day over day can have huge positive outcomes on the way that you're moving and feeling. This is one of the reasons why our online program works so well for so many people. Because when you learn our movement routines, it's like you changing your environment. Now that you're carving out 10, 15, 20, 25 minutes a day, maybe even longer, and dedicating it towards restoring ranges of motion, spending time getting muscles and nerves to communicate together, and you're taking the joints through their proper functions, that's you changing your environment. And over time, your body will adapt to that. Once sitting down on a yoga block starts to feel more comfortable and it's on its low setting, then you can start to take it away. And you'll start to notice this is quite a significant progression, but you're more capable of this instead of just dropping down and trying to force it. You use this block over days, weeks, or months to help ease your body back into feeling comfortable at depth. Leave a comment with your thoughts below. I want to hear from you, and let's give this a chance.